All right. Today we are at the Buckhorn Wash Pictograph Panel. Pretty famous, probably world famous panel here. We come out here quite a bit. Kind of one of our favorite places in the swell. So, not secret at all, but it's a good collection of both pictographs and petroglyphs. So, really, really awesome place if you want to see some of the, I think it's the Barrier Canyon style. Get out here. Plus, there's a lot of, there's a lot of writings that are, I don't know, cowboy glyphs, I guess. I mean, old things like that. But I mean, just the rock imagery here is just phenomenal. So, take a tour, jump in it, check it out. If you have any questions or comments, as we're doing this, put them in the comment section. We'll do our best to answer them for you. So, I think we're all ready to go. Maybe. So they got these really awesome signs right here, just telling you a little bit about who passed this way. And then, we're not trying to leave it as we found it. We're not digging, we're not touching. We just leave it all alone so everybody can enjoy it. And it's kind of interesting how this starts, because it seems like you got all of the pictographs down at this end. Not a ton of them, but there are some. Probably come out better in the camera.
And they're supposed to be Fremont.
Yeah, Fremont. So maybe you can kind of see. Let's see if I can zoom in. It's funny, the color difference. Because look in the back of that. The color difference from that.
Oh, yeah.
Almost like a gray, huh?
Yeah.
Gray tone showing in the camera compared to what we're looking at. But you can, hopefully you can kind of see them. There's some better ones over here, but these are really faint. And you look at this, this goes up probably way, way, way far, 100 feet. And all the rain and the sediment and everything that kind of washes over this, you can understand how the environment would take a toll on some of these. But then you get other people. Let's talk about dum-dums real quick. Like whoever that Texas 2019. Obviously, we're not talking 1920s. So don't be one of those clowns. Respect the areas, because they'll take them away. They'll put them behind a fence. We can't ever protect them. So, and some older ones, obviously. 1885. See? Not 2019. So these are the ones we kind of like. They're more defined and like pecked in. Pretty awesome. Probably one of my favorites. I like really cool. See if we can get up on it. Very, very cool. Very cool. But the neat thing about these places is it tells you all about them. It talks about the Fremont culture, thousands of years ago, at least 2,000 years of Barrier Canyon styles. We talked a little bit about, that it's really good about educating, what you're exactly looking at. And it's like that, this whole, all the way down. They have these little neat little marquees that you can stop and learn about them. But that one, definitely a favorite. So cool. A couple of the other ones up there. That's pretty neat, though.
We had a crew come in and over here and take out as much of the graffiti
as possible, right? Yeah.
Took out a couple of inscriptions that kind of bothered a lot of people, but
yeah, because they're the ones that the other side was what, the Kit Carson one?
Yeah.
Kit Carson, old mountain man running through, but they could never validate it, but they decided to take it down anyway. But you can imagine.
I'm sure it was Kit Carson, but it was one of
the of the old mountain men or something like that. People.
We have photos of it So we'll put them in one each time.
Yeah, I got to find them.
What they are. Just have to
Right.
dig them out.
And then these, so we had to go mess around. We went and messed around over on Mexican Mountain because it's like these, and I haven't walked past them over there. These, if the sun's hitting these, you are definitely not seeing them. I'll get some good pictures of these and post them on our page, but like you can look down.
That's so much better.
Yeah. Like these are, you get like that big old deer or sheep up there. But then you look all along there.
Can you see them pretty good?
I mean, you can see them. I'm like zoomed in right there. But you can kind of see, I mean, you kind of see them a lot better here.
Right.
Like the little, let me walk over there. The little alien looking one. Which is kind of cool.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously with a, looks like a bullet hole. Because dum-dums got to be dum-dums, right? But yeah, they come out. When the sun's on this, it's hard to see the really good ones.
Grab the keys just in case.
Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea. But with the pictographs, I mean, very much so you cannot see them. I mean, if there's light on that, you see how faint they are right here in the shade. And you kind of get that sense, you know, as we run down here, you'll see a whole bunch that are like faded because of time, weather, the environment takes over. And, you know, some of the, I think I've been calling those petroglyphs. Pictographs, the pectin ones, or the pictograph. Man, I'm confusing myself. So the petroglyphs, the ones that are picked in down there. Pictographs, these bad boys right here, you can see kind of how the weather has kind of made those faint, right? You can kind of see that one over there too. But like where just all that sediment that comes from way up there comes all the way down and is just over the centuries and years and years and years. These, you know, kind of get covered over by that weathering. And, you know, it really cool still, right? Let me zoom into that one. I mean, still really amazing looking. But like these little ones, like right in here, that are just, you can see the legs, I think they're legs. But then some of the ones that are by that big one right there, this location right here, you know, those are pretty well covered, but you can just see the detail in them. That's what I love about this one. So much detail that goes into this one. And they got another one of them little alien looking dudes right there. And then we even have, if you can see to the side of him, right about there, there's a shield, a petroglyph that it was packed in. It looks like a shield, doesn't it? Kind of with the circular thing right there. You see the alien?
Yeah.
And then right to the side, it looks like it's packed in. So, you zoom back out. But yeah, it's just amazing how, just talking about all the ones that like over here, where you have all the ones going out and they fade because of all the sediment and, you know, stuff's been running down this thing for centuries.
We can see the streaks.
Yeah, and that's, yeah. Yeah.
It's lasted a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, and to think about probably what it looked like when it was prime. Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah, because you have all the, I mean, look at it all. Can you imagine what's in this? The piles right there. Obviously, we don't go in there and touch it because we like to follow the rules. Then all these cool dots, little dots coming across there. I know, but even now, you know, it kind of goes, and then with the how it fades it out, right? I mean, how many more dots were running across there? Kind of cool. But look at these. I mean, once again, little marquees. It talks exactly about what we're talking about. You know, the wind, the water, the ice, just slowly getting rid of the rock imagery. You can kind of see it, especially when you look down at the bottom. You know, I zoom in there, but you can see how faint a lot of these are. I was like, we're lucky that they're this nice still, even with the dots. I mean, you watch the dots, they kind of disappear over when you get over here to that guy right there. But you look down below, you see like there's some of the ochre that kind of runs all the way up too. That's what's nice about these marquees, because it kind of shows you what you're trying to look for, because some of it's been, you know, weathered away. But when you have those nice pictures in there, and you kind of see like those stripes that are going down on that side that it shows on the picture. But then you got all these. Do you see like all these right here? They almost look like they're like the little shapes, but it almost looks like they're holding hands, maybe like almost daisy chained. Maybe that's just the rock. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's the way that the rock is. I thought they were daisy chained. But then like this one, like right here in the middle, you can see like the four like little prong things. Yeah. I mean, just you can see how much of it has been weathered away just over time. Yeah. Yeah, that is. Actually, I'm looking right at it, like where they had all this graffiti there. I'll see if I can find one of the pictures that showed it with all the graffiti before they maybe put it in there. Kind of go back out. Another example right there, right in where all that water and sediment and stuff comes down. Or it looked like another, almost like an anthropomorph right there. And then you have that cool guy and a snake. That kind of.
A lot of them have snakes. I don't know if it was a snake clan. It seemed like all of them had snakes.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing about that, well, look at his hand too. I mean, is that a hand in between them? Because it looks like he's missing an arm. Seems like we see. It seems like we see that, because we've seen that on a few different places. Short Canyon had the one guy with his arm missing.
Well, it's the same guy.
Maybe the one arm guy, but it's like, what is like above it, like that little thing right there? It just
snakes had a lot of power for him, I think.
Yeah. So. Well, and this one has like 2 horns.
Yeah.
That's kind of interesting.
Serpent, I think.
Serpent one.
They call it the serpent.
You know. So, oh, and you have a marquee that talks exactly about that. Where it talks in there.
Yeah, his arm is missing.
One human, arm raised in greeting, or is it throwing something at the snake? But then it talks about symbol of the clan, like you were saying. It could be that. And then I got our little sign there. It says, stay behind the fence. That's what we're doing. I'm sure a lot of people don't. But then you can see just how much of that.
Well, they seem a lot more faded.
Yeah. Yeah, they're just really.
In like just a year.
Really weathered, yeah. Yeah, right? Yeah. Sometimes I wonder if they come in and take the graffiti off and do more harm than good. Yeah. Sometimes, maybe. I don't know.
Well, it works with that natural plant pigment that they make.
Yeah.
Some kind of hide glue. Something they scraped off the hide and rendered it into a glue and mixed it with the animals. And then one of the other things that you'll see over there is how somebody's come along and put marks.
Right in their chest, right?
And supposedly, the things I've read is to take the power away. Because these were religious,
right?
Supposedly, and it takes your power away, lets your power out. So.
Yeah, look at all the dots in the middle of their chest, especially in these ones. Well, no, I guess they continue down that way, but this is like really. I mean, looks like maybe one over there, but this is where you really first start to see that, right?
Yeah. Well, what's that color? Is that orange?
Yeah, it does look orange, like a yellowish orange. One's holding the snake.
Oh, it was yellow one time.
Yeah. Here, right here. This kind of talks about it. Someone do this to the ceremonial. Please. Notice the yellow paint on some of the figures. And then someone painted over them with the original red.
Oh, so they've been touched up.
Mm-hmm. But the holes, like you're talking about, like intentionally.
Years ago they did it.
Intentionally, yeah, probably want to not, hopefully not a archaeologist. Like they don't want to admit they like to do the outlines and stuff like that. Yeah. Nobody did that. They don't do that. They don't touch them. We'll go to Black Dragon Canyon one of these days and show you some prime examples of chalk lines that supposedly, allegedly, archaeologists did. But that one's so cool. Look at the detail on that.
Deer. Right at the top, you got 4 deer.
Yeah.
Sheep.
It reminds me, like those remind me of the ascending sheep pattern. Look at because how detailed they are.
They are.
They're like really detailed. Very cool.
Just so much.
I just can't get over that. It's like it feels like
how long they are and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
All the lines.
I don't know why it feels like. Right.
And there's a lot of horn serpents and stuff up there.
Yeah.
How long that son of a gun is on that end with the double lines.
Right. It goes all the way down, yeah. Starts all the way down here and then goes all the way up.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
And all these little ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot going on to that one.
Just to sit there and make that. I understand why they call it art.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Sometimes that's the only. Yeah. Look at those two. They got them in the chest again.
Yeah.
That one has one in like the chest and the groin area. Like that's weird. Yeah, I guess. Somebody really didn't like him. Allegedly. Then it talks about those right here. There's so many. I didn't pay attention to the little, like the bird man, like in between the snakes and stuff. Kind of crazy. Yeah, I was like, that's pretty neat actually. I was too busy looking at the snakes and stuff.
Yeah, you got a bird man up there.
That's actually really cool. Yeah, bird man. So cool.
The guy with his hands up there.
Yeah.
The one right there.
Yeah.
Bringing power down. What? Drawing power from the sky.
Something. But it's like, see how like intricate those top ones. I mean, I start noticing like a whole bunch of different things.
Tiny ones in between them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Well, and just look at the detail on those long figured people. Yeah. I mean, just the detail on them, the Birdman and all that. That was just.
And it's lucky because those haven't totally faded down.
No.
Some of the other ones.
Yeah. Well, they got this nice overhang.
Yeah.
It's like these ones.
Show that one.
Yeah, these ones are a little different because you got that big old overhang up there.
It's not going to stay there forever.
No, but
you see what's come down already.
Yeah, hopefully it stays there for our visit. But
yeah, hopefully it stays there for.
Yeah, long time.
That almost looks like a scarab. That one up there.
That one, yeah, that circle one up in there. Yeah, that's actually really cool looking.
A scarab in parentheses.
Right. That's an interesting one.
What's that big long one with all the slashes?
I don't know.
Double lines there.
I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, because that one don't have a. Funny thing is, they don't have a panel for that one. They're probably just like, I don't know what that is. So, but yeah, it's
just that line going up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, up. Starts way down there, goes right up the middle, all the way up there. like bringing out weird colors in that. I hope the video don't look like this. It's like, it almost looks like it's in black and white, and then the red will pop over there, but it looks like all that sandstone looks like gray tone. I was like, and then I can see color when I'm looking in here, when I look at this boulder here, but it's just like the color that this is like casting off of the wall. It's like,
Well, there you see the water damage where it's really bad, how it's coming down.
yeah, that's a good example of that.
All the minerals in the water.
Let me scroll back. So
Taking out that.
you got the guy with the bird wings right there. But you see, even with that ledge, you can see the water. That water goes all the way down, and just time over time, just kind of gets up in there. Yeah, this place is probably magnificent. Heck, you even probably went from when you were a kid out here.
Oh yeah.
To now. I mean, it's just, you know, so much more.
We need to get into the old pictures and pull
yeah, yeah. I get told that all. I get told that all the time by the Swayze gang.
Yeah. All the old pictures.
Yeah. They're like, come on, Nordells. We know you got some.
The ones mom and dad have, and then the ones me and your mom have.
Yeah, exactly.
Just need to get into
Well, those are like really cool. Here's, all right, rain angels. That makes sense. We could use some rain angels. with the way our winters went, we need some rain angels. That's just cool. But I mean, just look at those. Fantastic. And then you just kind of run on down. I wonder why that one's like the little, is that a buffalo?
I don't know. It's almost the same kind of figure that's out on the black dragon.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you got one there and you got one over here.
Oh, yeah.
On the end that kind of faded out.
It's funny they don't talk about it in the picture.
Yeah,
they just kind of play like it don't exist. Or the person right next to him, right? This little dude, you got this buffalo doing some jumps or whatever he is. Then you have another one right there. Yeah. And then you come down here to the come down here to the picture, and we don't talk anything about it. But they're, you know, probably guessing as good as ours, right? Another example of cleaning graffiti. Yeah. A lot more graffiti down this way. Try not to fall down. But those are, look at that, fantastic. But you can also kind of see the graffiti that they've gotten rid of. You know, that's a big splotch. Some of the ones, I remember seeing a picture of this when it was fully like tagged up, and it was crazy. It was nuts. But you can see how these were weathered, even with that nice little overhang up there. These ones have seen a lot of buildup and sediment.
Take that graffiti out.
Yeah, with the paint, where they go right over the top of it. I have no idea. Even back in the 30s. Yeah. Yeah, I just think there was a different outlook on this type of stuff. Another cool one here. The alcove paintings. Yeah. Said that they did them from ladders. They probably had their own little ladders. And that's a pretty good, I mean, that's a pretty good ledge right there. Right there. I mean, I'm not saying that's all they had, but. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, the boulder field. Like if you can kind of see this whole boulder
on that
field.
Rock right there.
On that one?
Yeah, and he's by the old signature of that.
Yeah.
That so-called frontiersman.
Yeah. Yeah. But just fantastic. And the crazy thing about this one is this is the main road running through here. Right off. I mean, there's literally no hiking. besides walking back and forth and checking it out. But I mean, the wall, we still got a little more down here, but you can see those, the majority of the ones that haven't faded over time are through here, but then interesting, you know, and it's always a good educational thing because you can look up here and then you see all that graffiti that they've removed by power wash and probably sandblasting, wouldn't you think? They probably had to bring like, yeah, or maybe like a compact sandblaster that kind of goes over it. But then you can see it's another one right there, kind of all by its lonesome. Or did there used to be more around it? You never know. But very cool place. Even people that go all the way up there just to write their name. How old was Kenny when he was up there?
17, 16,
Yeah.
18.
Oh, yeah? Yeah. But that is the Buckhorn Wash. That is world famous. World famous.
Everybody in the roster, there was only like 3 people on that page of 20 people that was from Utah.
Oh, really?
Everybody else from out of state.
Really?
Yeah. And that's nice to have them come and enjoy that.
Yeah.
And they did it. They've outdid themselves here.
Yeah.
Taking care of it. And the little area they put, a little picnic area, and all the little signs, kiosks and stuff they put up, restrooms.
Yep.
They take care of the road right here. They put
the stuff that's all over your truck.
Yeah, they put a coating on here to keep the dust.
Yeah, it keeps all the dust off of them.
Dust is supposed to be bad for the.
Which is pretty awesome.
For the rock art.
Yeah. So
rock imagery, how's
that stuff is amazing. Really, really cool. If you've never been out here, highly, highly recommend it. Just this whole, I mean, just the geology by itself. You know, we have Little Grand Canyon. I mean, it kind of rivals some of those bigger parks, and this is not a park. It's not a national monument. It's not nothing, but it is just phenomenal out here in the Swell. Maybe I shouldn't be telling you that because we like to keep it to ourselves, but I guess we'll share with you guys.
We've had it for years.
So, yeah. Yeah, been coming out here since we were kids. Yeah, good stuff. If you're not going to respect it, though, don't come. Yeah, if you're not going to respect it, don't come. You don't need those types.
A lot of people put a lot of energy into saving these panels. So.
Yep, they're a big deal. Good to pass down to my kids, you know, my kids' kids, you know, we want to keep this going.
And come through here so many times.
Totally worth it.
We can't not stop.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, every time we have to stop.
Yeah, it don't matter how many times we drive through it, it's got to see it. Come see it. Yeah. And come see it when it's in the shade. I'll see if I have some comparison video that I can overlay from some of the trips we've been out here and when it's sunny and I've taken like pictures and stuff like that. There's a big difference. Go check out this nice little kiosk. They got little benches. I mean, the place is just phenomenal. The things that they've added, especially in Buckhorn Wash, they've added like all of these really nice camping sites, things like that. They've really, yeah, I mean, this thing, if you don't know what tamarask is, it's kind of an annoying, what is it, a bush?
A non-native bush, tree.
Because what do they bring them in for? For erosion, like erosion control? But I mean, they're just, yeah, but I mean, it was so over the top that it just took over. And they've cleared a ton of it out, which I guess helps with the aesthetics of the place. Would be a good way to put it. Yeah.
And it sucks up all the water for the native plants.
Yeah. So this kind of, you know, we're looking at this whole panel, and you can see, we talked about a lot of them, that the environment's kind of overtaken them. But on his panel, which is the main one in the kiosk, you know, it kind of shows you everything that is included in this panel, as far as they have documentation, which is pretty awesome because a lot of it is hard to see. So it's kind of nice to sit back here. You look at this panel and then you look at the wall and you're like, okay, you kind of picture it in your mind's eye, right? Some of the stuff that you can't understand, but then it explains it, you know, tells you all about it, which is pretty awesome.
Pause it if you want to read it.
So, yeah, pretty awesome. Here, yeah, let me get straight as I can on that. Pause now. Okay, unpause. And the other side, pause now. And then unpause. All right. But that's just, I mean, not all. They have, you know, talks about the damage, unfortunately, which we still have going on today because people are ignorant. But it tells you how they kind of improve. That was back in 95 when they cleaned it. I didn't realize it was that long ago. And then this is, oh, yeah, it shows. So this is what that graffiti looks like on some of these. That's how many names and the nonsense that was over the top of these.
Jim Bridger's name.
Jim Bridger, yep, shows right here.
I just remember that.
1841, 1846, before Utah was even a state. But they can never verify it or something. I don't know.
Yeah, they can never prove
yeah.
it.
But anyways, you know, tells you how much you'd have to pay. I don't think I'd want to pay $250,000 and 5 years in prison. It says and or, but I'm sure they would go with the worst.
And it shows an example of the graffiti.
Yep. I think you just look at that boulder right there. Kind of people chipping in and everything. Kind of interesting. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. We want to protect these, not do this doodle crap. We should definitely know better. And then, like I said, side-by-sides blowing through here all the time. Just want to protect it. So, that's it, man. Yeah, he did. Very cool place. Like I said, we've been coming out here for years. It's something that you would never get. It never gets old, ever. And the things you see, you notice different things every single time, depending on the, you know, pretty much what you're looking for at that time. I know that a lot of these sites, when we go visit it, I get different meanings out of different things that kind of help me for where I'm at that time, that point in my life. So let me know in the comments what you think about this one if you've never seen it. You know, it is definitely worth the trip. If not, appreciate you taking this journey with us. We'll see you on the next one.